This video is designed to teach you the basics of setting up your robot using the Next Gen system. The tutorial is provided by FTC Team 8379, the Parity Bits. First, we will give you an overview of the hardware system. If your team plans on continuing the usage of the old motor and servo controllers, this first diagram here explains how the major parts are connected. This is the system that we will demonstrate in this video. If your team decides to purchase the entire new system, the legacy module will be used only for sensors, and you will not have to connect the motor controller and servo controller to the legacy module, as you can see in this diagram. First, you'll need an Android device mounted on the robot. This may be a smartphone or a tablet, depending on your team's choice. The device on the robot has a robot controller app that contains all the programs to control the robot. We will refer to this device on the robot as a robot controller. The Android device controls the robot by sending commands to the power module through a special connection cable, which is highlighted. The cables that you purchase from Modern Robotics are micro USB cables designed to reduce connection problems during the game. They consist of ferrite chokes that reduce static, and some special designs that optimize the transition of data from the device to the power module instead of the normal reverse direction. Here is a closer look at the power module. As you can see, there are ports for both power distribution and data transmission. The power module is then connected to the legacy module through separate USB cables that have the same capabilities as the one mentioned before. Right now we have the legacy modules highlighted. The legacy modules have 6 LEGO ports. The old motor and servo controllers can be connected to the legacy modules through Ethernet cables in the same way that you connect to the NXT and multiplexers. The battery connects to the side of the power module. The power ports in the front of the power module supply power to the controllers. You will then need a second Android device, which again may be a smartphone or a tablet that has a driver station app that communicates with the robot controller through Wi-Fi Direct. The user can select which program the robot should run through this app. During competition, the device will stay with the competing team and be controlled by one of the team members, possibly the coach. The controller can be connected to the device via a micro to USB converter, which connects to a USB hub. The device can recognize up to 2 controllers at the same time.
Next, we'll show you how to set up the driver station app. This is how the page should look like when you first enter the app, but don't worry too much if it looks different than this. Notice the words in the blue or cyan area. This is the name of this device. Click the main menu icon in the upper right-hand corner, highlighted by the yellow circle. Go to Settings. Here is the Settings page. Select Pair with Robot Controller. Select a device that you want to pair with. It'll take a few seconds to connect. This is what the app looks like when it is paired with another device, but the paired device is not connected with a power module with the correct configuration. We will talk more about this in the next section. The app looks like this when everything is properly set up. Your screen should look like this before every competition. If you want to run any program that is in the Robot Controller app, choose Select and choose the program name from the pop-up menu. The program is now queued. Click Start to start the program. If your program runs properly, the screen should look like this. The next section will teach you how to set up the Robot Controller app. This is what it should look like when the devices are connected properly. For your code to access and control the different parts of the robot, you will have to load a configuration file onto the Android device. Here is how you do it. With everything properly set up and your phone connected to the power module, click the main menu, located at the upper right-hand corner. Select Settings, then Configure Robot. You should enter a fresh configuration page. Click Scan on the upper left-hand corner to scan the connection state of the power module. It then shows what type of device is directly connected to the power module. In this case, there are 2 legacy modules. You can select a device to edit. A legacy module has 6 ports. Each has a place to select the hardware that it is connected with. The configuration file identifies a hardware piece for the program, so it is necessary to name each hardware piece with the same corresponding variable name that you use. When naming hardware parts, be careful not to use the same name, or else it will confuse the configuration in the running program. Once you are done editing a configuration file, click Save Configuration and name the file. When you get back to the settings page, click Load Configuration File. On this page, you can edit and establish a configuration file, activate a file, or delete a file. In this case, select Activate. Auto-configure will give you the configuration of a standard demo bot, which might not be something that you want. The New button gives you a new config page like the one we did earlier. The name of the configuration file would show up at the second row of the upper right-hand corner. Last, we'll teach you how to configure one or two joystick controllers to the driver station device. Once both of them are connected properly to the device, hold Start and then press button A to configure your primary controller. Hold Start, then press button B to configure the secondary controller. Pressing the buttons again overrides the old configurations. The third controller would not be recognized unless it overrides a previous one.